Yeah, I knew reviewing that chapter would end in disaster. I'm glad that review is never making it to air. Make sure to scrap that footage, Earl. Okay. Now that we have moved on from the review that must never be mentioned again, let's move on to the real show. I'm Moonlight150, and this is my overview of the latest 100 Girlfriends manga chapter, Chapter 250, Rentero's Vulgar Family. Though the release cadence has slowed down, don't forget to support the Scanlation team of Sunday, as they got us this Chapter 250 on the 250th anniversary of America. Coincidence? Yeah, it actually was. But let's thank them for their service for working through the holiday like true Americans. What's that? The people of Sunday aren't American? You know who is American, though? Seven Seas, that's right, as you should go support the official release as well, now that Season 3 of the anime is airing. They will be paying attention to those sales numbers even closer, so now is a good time to pick up some volumes. Earl, let's get on to the review before I make this any more awkward. It's Rana's time to shine as we are here with her Meet the Family chapter, and so far so good as everyone is quick to notice how well mannered she is, and Chiyo is quick to bring everyone up to speed about her being a fellow class representative. But introductions need to wait as vulgarity is on the loose within the Rentero family, as Rana is quick to point out just how much exposed cleavage there is running amok. Funny how it's all adult girlfriends in this lineup. And Kasuri, who I guess is technically an adult being 18? Wait a minute. Why is 18-year-old Kasuri here? We haven't seen her in so long and now she here's just randomly chilling up on the rooftop?
I feel so happy to hear it. Yep.
Not only the necklines of vulgarity, but the vendetta the wind has against Hakuri's short skirt and Mei's bangs. Unsurprisingly, Kishka actually takes Rana's side when it comes to wanting to straighten out the debauchery of the Rentero family. Man, Chiyo's Meet the Family chapter would have gone very differently if Kishka was around. Though this alliance between Rana and Kishka is short-lived once Uto switches her over to baby mode, and Kishka becomes hyper-fixated on Rana's can-cans. Guess Mei got replaced. Hello! After the 1-2-3 punch of more examples of vulgarity within the Rentero family, or as Rana has put it with her expansive vocabulary, licentious. Which has the definition of an adjective describing someone who is morally unrestrained, particularly in their sexual behavior, or who completely disregards accepted rules, laws, or social convention. It often implies a lifestyle of excessive and self-indulgent. Given Iku's, quirky personality, Rana really hit the nail on the head with that adjective even before really getting to know Iku.
Are you ready to initiate me by smacking me on the butt with a bat?
Alongside a fluster fit by Kimari saying that this is not how you meet a new person, and that for some reason is getting her going. And just adding to the pile of reasons we need to lock Ahari up for the safety of the public.
Jail for mother for 1,000 years!
And that there is Rana's tipping point as she now vows to correct everyone in the family from their immoral ways. Where have I seen this before? Oh, actually, Nano is one step ahead of me in comparing Rana's introduction to Chiyo's. She really is Chiyo 2.0, and here I thought that was going to be Kimari when she joined. But unlike last time with Chiyo, we got Gaslighter Hikari coming in on the offensive, talking about how what could be looser and more immoral than a polygamous relationship. And with such a high moral outlook on life, how does she plan on partaking in something so lascivious? Oh, Hikari also coming in with the extensive vocabulary this time. I guess she is an honor roll student. We should be expecting this when she isn't drooling all over herself. Or Rentero. Or Karane. Sunday really making me bring out the bigger dictionary. Lascivious. An adjective that describes behavior, expressions, or gestures driven by or intended to arouse strong, often indecent sexual desire. Oh, so Hakuri's whole character when Rentero's around. Got it. Hakuri then continues to back Rana into a corner, talking about how wanting to join in on something as lascivious as a polygamous relationship, that makes her the lewdest out of all because by wanting to join, what is more lewd than wanting to make the polygamous relationship even bigger by fulfilling her own wants and desires to be a part of it with Rentero. Rana is now shaken to her core as everything as she has fought in her life regarding how people see her and the image she has tried to make of herself has now been shattered in a few mere moments. Though, like a true gaslighter, Hakuri broke her down and is now there offering her emotional support and accepting that it's okay, especially in this family, to be lewd and... okay, one more time, Sunday. Salacious. An adjective that describes something as a story, joke, or gossip that is lustful, lewd, or emphasizes sexual matters in an excessive or improper way. Did Hakuri just call Rana the embodiment of a dirty joke? Moving on before I think about it too much. It's then family comforting time as most others huddle around Rana to ensure her that, lewd or not, she is welcomed here. And though this image may look like a cult indoctrination, I swear it's not, no matter how much we make the boyfriend appear godlike in the opening of our anime, I swear we aren't a cult. And for the celebration of Rana being accepted into the family, the activity for today is going to be an increase in everyone's lewdness towards Rentaro. Earl, get the censorship bars ready. Or it would be if Rentaro didn't put an immediate halt to Hakury's schemes there. But the festivities are interrupted when Kurumi and Momiji reach the rooftop. Wait a minute. They weren't there before? They weren't? What the hell? I'm such a fraud fan that I didn't even notice. There's too many of them now. Okay, moving on before I'm found of even more fraud behavior. Kurumi seems to be slightly taken aback by the inclusion of Rana to the family, but from Momiji's drooling, she looks just as happy as can be for the latest addition, and it's a pair of boobs she's already very familiar with. Though once again Rana is pushed to her limits, as now the traumatic scars of always losing to Momiji has now taken a toll on Rana's love life, which causes her to want to run away from not only the family, but her relationship with Rentaro. Though Momiji runs after Rana and is able to catch up to her in no time, but she ran after her for reasons you might not think, as she was worried for Rana's bust as she sprinted off like that without any kind of support like a sports bra. I mean, Rana's bust is Momiji's creation, allegedly, so it makes sense that Momiji cares for it so much.
I am your father.
It's then that Rana and Momiji have their heart-to-heart where Rana explains how their one-sided rivalry is torture for her. But she has learned to bear the pain and embarrassment of always being second place in everything that they do, but now when it comes to her love life with Rentaro, there's no way that she'd be able to bear handling being second fiddle to Momiji yet again. Speaking of handling, during Rana's monologue, her chest begins to what I can only describe as vibrate like two bowls of jello sitting on a subwoofer when the beat drops during Turn Down for What.
Turn down for what?
And like cutting power to said subwoofer, Momiji stops the jiggling before any damage can be done to her Cooper's ligaments. Yeah, Sunday made me bring out the human anatomy book for that one. The Cooper's ligaments are bands of fibrous, flexible, connective tissue that run from the chest wall and pectoral muscles through the breast to the skin.
To the pen, to the key.
Rana then gets upset that Momiji only cares about her chest and not the feelings that she just spent the past minute explaining. But as it turns out, Momiji was listening and proposes an idea to help with the situation. We then cut to Rentaro trying to find both Rana and Momiji and having no luck at finding them. Man, where did your powers go when you found Usa-chan after she took off? But Momiji calls Rentaro to the roof for an urgent matter. That urgent matter being her and Rana have been taken hostage by spies that look shockingly similar to Mei and Ms. Natty. But there's no time to worry about that as they have given Rentaro until the count of 5 to pick one or the other to save. And rather than choosing, Rentaro chooses the third option of splitting himself in half to save both of them. Huh, maybe we should start a cult around this guy. Of course, this is all revealed to be a prank, but a prank with a purpose, to show Rana that in the Rentaro family, there is no second best, and that he'd rather sacrifice himself than pick anyone individually. All is then forgiven by Rentaro, and Momiji apologizes with a kiss, followed immediately by Rana sharing her first kiss with Rentaro. But apparently sharing sloppy seconds following Momiji is too lewd and immoral for her that she fears that she'll be struck down with a death penalty for it. Which makes me wonder what the world is like through Rana's eyes if kissing your boyfriend is worth the death penalty. Or maybe it has to do with fully accepting that she's going to be doing this whole polyamory thing. And at long last for the year of 2026, we finally have introduced the second girlfriend of the year, Rana Fushida. And I gotta say, while the introduction chapter was interesting, especially with the whole meeting Rentaro bit, her Meet the Family chapter picked things up. It almost feels like a spiritual sequel to a couple others, particularly Chiyo's and Mimimi's, with Rana hating on the lewdness of the Rentaro family, much like how Chiyo hated the disorderly conduct. And Mimimi with her one-sided rivalry with Nano, where she also threatened to leave the family because she didn't want to share. But I feel like Rana's was handled better than both Chiyo's and Mimimi's, because of the given backstory given her introduction chapter. Feels like Nakamura learned from both of those previous girlfriend introductions and made them work in tandem for this new one. What I'm most curious about with the Rana character is how she's going to be with others. Chiyo started getting along with everyone and formed various smaller groups. Mimimi buried the hatchet after accepting Nano's apology of their one-sided rivalry, whereas Rana did not say that she was going to stop being so competitive with Momiji. So is it going to be more like she's going to lessen her competitiveness and start hanging out with them more alongside maybe Kurumi, and they form a new trio like others have had? Kind of mirroring how Kurumi didn't particularly like Momiji at first very much, but now they hang out pretty consistently. Or is Rana going to be paired up with another girlfriend like Hakury, but she'll keep up her competitiveness with Momiji when everyone is hanging around together? There's a lot of unanswered questions, and I think that's a fun thing to have in this series to not have your character entirely wrapped up. Though I can assume we might get our first glimpse into where she will be slotting herself in the family come her focus chapter, so I'll leave any speculation until after that. But that'll do it for this chapter roundup. I know it's a bit on the shorter side, but I am getting over being sick from whatever convention virus I contracted. Plus, I didn't want to spoil every bit of this chapter because, as I like to say, go read the chapter for yourself to read everything that Sunday did for the chapter. I've been Moonlight150, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the new bonus content for the channel where I am checking out each episode of the anime, doing live reactions and breakdowns. And I will see you all for the next installment of the Flirty Daily Life segments, where we will get Rana's first outing as a girlfriend, and see where they decide to take her character, and if she embraces the lewd side of her life, or if they decide to give her a new personality trait. See you all then.